involved as many screen rolls as you possibly can. The other night you saw him switching in that time. He tried to drop down and help. Now he's not guarding Channing Frye, so he didn't have to get out to the three-point line, but Amari Stoudemire will make that long range too.
Ginobili weaving by Stoudemire. That's a second call to Amari Stoudemire, maybe a little bit more physical. You see the Band-Aid protecting his nose. He's got a splint under there. He broke that nose in game 3 against Dallas.
You see how Duncan just drops to try to protect the paint. They don't want to get out and show, because then you get guys in rotation, and that's when you get those rotations. Now guys make the extra pass and you get the three-point shooting. Right now the Suns are only 2 of 11 from behind the three-point line. The Spurs have only attempted 2. They're 1 of 2.
Doug, in the paper, they're talking about how in the past in this series they've been trying to use him as a facilitator. How do you view how they should use Ginobili? That's not all that bad sometimes, but he's got to score too.
Absolutely, and Pop knows that. That's why when he talked to us before the game, he wants to get him in situations where he's not getting doubled or trapped out there, where he's giving the ball up and he has an opportunity to score, because they need his points. The other night in game 2 when they lost, he did a good job moving the ball. He had 11 assists, but only got 8 shots. He was 2 of 8, 11 points. And they need more than that from him.
Here's Grant Hill beating the defense of Jefferson. Here's a Nash 3. Steve Nash has hit the 3rd three-point shot for the Suns, and it gives the Phoenix Suns their first lead tonight after trailing by 9. So we've had a 11-point turnaround in the first half. Here's Hill. Into Nash. Richardson comes out of the pack. Ginobili with the defense. Really probably just a mishandle by Richardson more than anything else. A matter of gives it in. Take it inside. How are they setting up the offense for him though tonight? When he's got it like right there, no pick, no screens, no screen rolls. He just kind of took it in himself.
Well, if you bring a screener over there, you just put 2 guys in an area where they can trap him. And so they don't want to do that. They don't want to bring 4 guys in a congested area, let him attack. That time, Jason Richardson let him go to his strong hand. You got to push him right. Although he can go right, he's much better going to the left. And did a smart thing that time. He just threw his body into Grant Hill to get the foul.
Grant Hill picked up his second. Mono's got a lot on his mind. The broken nose, carrying this team, and also his wife. His wife is pregnant with twin boys, and Doug, they're due any day. In fact, she has been spending some time here at the arena watching in a back room. She is so into this team and so into the playoffs. She signed a new contract, close to $40 million over the next 3 years. Ginobili tonight, 0 of 2 from the field, 2 of 4 from the line. He's got 2 points. Nash, he's got twin girls on the clock. Nash gets it to finally fall.
That sweet shooting touch. That's that 1-foot runner. I wish all guards would learn that shot as they're growing up in the game and stuff like that. It's an impossible shot to defend because the big man cannot get to that shot. You pull up before you get all the way to the basket.
They'll quickly blitz Duncan. Hill into Nash. George Hill tonight, 15 minutes, 2 of 6, 4 points. Watch this.
There's that little floater, a little running 1-footer. It's almost like a little jump shot, and he gets the kind roll, and Phoenix Suns quietly pulled ahead by 3.
Say hi to our moms too. My mom up in Green Bay, Wisconsin. There's Manny Ginobili. She has ventured out here in the crowd, due any day with twin boys. And there's her husband, 32-year-old Manu Ginobili. Finishing heads, Doug. It's been a terrific second quarter for the Suns. Outscoring the Spurs 25-16.
And the difference is the turnovers. Kevin, 16 points off the turnovers. The Spurs have been very careless, and when they have turned the ball over, the Suns have made them pay dearly for that. They're plus 11 points off those turnovers.
Frye is in for Stoudemire. Bonner has come in for Jefferson. Frye over Duncan for 3. Again, he misses from outside, and he's struggling now 0-5.
Never on balance on that shot.
Duncan, nice pass ahead as Tim Duncan slithers inside. If the big man that size can do such a thing, 10 points. Ginobili gets the assist. 6 in the quarter for Duncan. Nash. Barbosa. Right by Parker. Picked up by Tony. Duncan, a little bit of a screen. Hill into Duncan. Picked up by Fry. And by Jared Dudley. And they combine right there with 1:50 to play here in the second. Phoenix on top by 1 as we take you to our Atlanta studios and Ernie Johnson.
All right, thank you, Kev. Coming up in just a few minutes, the T-Mobile halftime report. Kenny and Charles will be here with their breakdown of the first half in San Antonio. After the Suns and Spurs, stick around for Inside the NBA. And remember to check out NBA.com for all the latest playoff news and features and videos, such as the always zany Barkley Zone. Always fun to say zany. Back to San Antonio, Kev.
We'll be watching that. Duncan at the line. Dudley picked up his first personal foul. And Tim Duncan, Doug, has been a story with his horrible free throw shooting in this series.
48%, walks to the line, makes 1 of 2, and you heard when he missed that first one, the fans sort of like ooh and like oh no kind of thing. And believe me, that weighs on a guy. And Tim Duncan is such a proud player to go to the line and shoot the free throws the way he's shooting them right now. He's very disappointed in himself.
Whole team has struggled from the free throw line in the San Antonio Ball Club. Here is Fry or foul. Now they got a mismatch. Nash working on Duncan. Second line of defense was Bonner. Dudley with a three. Good! Oh! He has been terrific in this series. Off the bench, and Phoenix by 3.
Once again, when they switched, Steve Nash drove in the lane. When he did, they had the help. He kicked it out to Dudley for the 3. That's that drive and kick game that the Suns hurt him with the other night on the switches. Now Duncan turns the ball over. And so once again, those careless turnovers, they now have, 9 assists and 11 turnovers in the game. That offensive efficiency will not get it done.
Dudley is 10. Here's a shot by Nash. That's a 3 ball. Parker came out to defend. And this is the biggest lead for the Phoenix Suns. A 15-point turnaround in this first half under a minute to play. Ginobili finds Duncan, picked up by Fry. Bonner for 3.
That's big right there. Huge. That's Ginobili's first basket. Cuts that lead in half.
Richardson drives on Duncan, who gets the block. Shot clock at 7. Barbosa for 3. No fouls to give either way. Tim's got 4 rebounds, 11 points. A second Doug separating the big clock from the shot clock.
Well, Ginobili went 1-on-1 the other night in Game 3, knocked down a basket to give him a 6-point lead. Let's see if he can score here to maybe cut this to 1 or maybe knock down a 3 and tie this up going into half. This will be a big momentum basket.
Mentally, huh?
Right here it is.
For the tie. Duncan got a hand on it. Half ends. The Spurs led by 9. The Suns lead by 3 in this elimination game. 3-0. The Suns on top in this series. Taking a look at the Corona stats leaders. You see the numbers. Parker playing with a bad wing has got 12. Duncan with his 11. Stoudemire coming off a 7-point game in Game 3 has 11. Let's swing it over to Marty Snyder.
Big run for the Suns and for Steve Nash. Big three-pointer there at the end of the quarter. How did you guys once again get back into this game, Steve?
Well, you know, if we're honest, we didn't play well in the first quarter again. Didn't make shots, but also we're a little out of rhythm, weren't sharp, and also defensively we weren't great. We picked up our defense and our offense like we did last game, and obviously we got back into the game.
I know Alvin's been preaching stop Tony Parker. How do you do that in the second half?
Well, everyone's got to get back. You know, I mean, when he has a free run at you, there's no one in the league's going to stop him, but if everyone's back, looking at him, making him, you know, question whether there's space in there, then you can play defense. So we're trying to do a better job of that.
Thanks, Steve. Got it. All right, after a quick commercial break, we'll head to our Atlanta studios for our T-Mobile halftime report with EJ, Kenny, Charles, and the whole gang here in San Antonio. The Suns up by 3.